Hey y'all! In this video, I will be telling y'all 16 things that I've learned this year because I turned 16 this year, so I feel like it would only be right to do 16 things. Number one, it is okay to express your emotions the way that you want to express them. I got a burp. I just started expressing my emotions again this year. I would say for the past like 4 years, I stopped expressing my emotions. When I was younger, people always made me feel like my feelings were invalid. They made me feel bad about the way that I felt. They made me feel bad for going to them about the way that I felt. Or they would just, constantly pick on me, call me a crybaby. I mean, I am a crybaby, but when you're younger, stuff hits harder. I don't care if people call me a crybaby no more, but I just went through all that name calling. For the longest, I felt like my feelings didn't matter, and I felt like whatever I had to say didn't matter, and I felt like I was just being pathetic whenever I cried about something. That is not good. Hiding your emotions, hiding the way that you feel is not good for you. It is horrible. This year, I just decided that I'm going to start expressing my emotions more. I'm going to cry when I have to, and I'm going to speak on how I feel no matter how the next person feels, because my feelings do matter and my feelings are valid. Whatever I have to say is valid. Nobody should make anyone feel bad about the way that they feel. And if you're one of those people who make people feel like their feelings are invalid, you making them feel like they're crazy for feeling a certain way, stop. We don't need no more of that, because that could really mess somebody up. Remember that your feelings are valid no matter what the next person says about you. If you feel a certain way about a situation, speak up for yourself. Always cry when you have to. Let your anger out. Just do whatever you can to keep yourself feeling good. There is a lesson in everything. There is a lesson in every situation that you go through in your life, but it's up to you to figure out what the lesson is. Whether it's a challenging situation or whether it's a loving situation, there's always something there for you to learn. If you don't figure out the lessons that the universe is trying to teach you, then you will end up, most of the time, you'll end up going through the same situations over and over and over again until you finally get the lesson. Just keep that in mind. Do what you want, when you want, no matter what people think. This is something that I'm still learning myself. I'm trying to teach myself how to do this, how to not care about what people think, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job. You can't make everybody happy, and people are going to judge you regardless of what you do, so it's best to just do what makes you happy and what makes you feel good. There are going to be people who love you, and there are going to be people who hate you. Even if people are judging, they probably are hard on themselves too. They're probably not happy doing what they're doing. Live how you want to live. Love who you want to love. It's your life. They're not living it. You are living your life. As long as you love what you're doing with your life, then that's really all that matters. That's all the validation you need to continue to do what you want and not have to worry about what other people say. Because who are they? What you seek is seeking you. I was reading something today that went well with this. He says, we are all here for a reason. Everybody has a life purpose. Whatever is seeking you, that's what you seek. That's what's calling you. That's your life purpose. So in other words, he was just saying that it's all about following your intuition, knowing that the things that are calling you for a reason. You are who you surround yourself with. If you hang around people, all they do is talk mess about other people. They just sit around, they're not doing anything with their lives, and they're just, they're negative. They have negative vibes. They have negative energy. You're going to be just like that. Even if you're around motivational people who actually take action, who are positive, you're also going to be just like them, getting your stuff done. Even if you think you're different from the people that you're around, take a look again. I'm just kidding. Whatever you're going through is temporary. It will not last forever. Let me say that again. Whatever you're going through is temporary. It won't last forever. This is something that I have to remind myself whenever I'm going through something. It just feels like it's never going to end. I have to remind myself, like, you are only 16. Like, come on now. You're going to get through this somehow, some way. You're going to figure it out like you always have. You've been through so much in your life. You always got through it. So, of course, you're going to get through this. It's only right that you get through this. Whatever situation you are dealing with right now, you will get through it. You will. Life goes on and more situations will come, and just know that everything will work out fine. Just remind yourself when you feel like, don't rush the process of life. Everything that is supposed to happen for you will happen for you at the right time. So that's basically like divine timing. You just have to be patient, and I'm telling myself this right now. I'm talking to myself and I'm talking to y'all. It's all about having patience and believing that it'll happen for you and believing that you'll get it done somehow. Don't become the people that hurt you. When people do things to harm you, people do things to mess with you, to pick on you, to bully you, they want you to be like them, and you're not supposed to be like them. Okay? It's up to you to take the action to be better, to not fall into their footsteps. This takes a lot of self-awareness, and whenever you feel like you being like them, you gotta stop yourself and be like, wait, we ain't doing this. I know how it affected me. I would hate to make someone else feel like that. Never take family and friends for granted. And I feel like this is something that everybody knows that they shouldn't do, but they still do it anyway because it's kind of like an accident. This is something that I'm still working on. You never know what could happen tomorrow. You don't know what could happen next week. You don't know what could happen next month. You don't know what could happen next year. So it's best to just cherish your family and let them know that you love them, and to always check up on your people. Let your family know how much you appreciate them while you're here. If my family watching this, just know that I love y'all and I miss y'all. I wrote a whole paragraph about this like a few months ago because I experienced the saddest thing ever, and it just made me realize that no one should ever take their family for granted. The only person who can truly understand you is you. Pretty self-explanatory. All of this is pretty self-explanatory. You can't rely on other people to inspire you. Like, you see something that inspired you, that's okay. If you want to watch videos on being inspired and you just need a little push, that's okay. But it's not good to do it all the time because then you're always going to be looking for inspiration outside of yourself. You're gonna wait for other people to do something to be motivated. At some point, you gotta find the inspiration from yourself instead of relying on other people. That way, you'll be able to continue to work on whatever you're working on. The type of music that you listen to is important. I know, like, some people, they might think this sounds crazy. At one point, I didn't really believe it, but now as I get older, I'm seeing it. There's such thing as low vibrational music. There's such thing as high vibrational music. For the most part, I try to listen to songs that make me feel good, into songs that are actually good, not just they sound good. The songs that actually have certain lyrics, because manifestation is real. Listening to music and singing is kind of like saying affirmations, which is why some people have songs where they're basically saying affirmations. Another thing I learned this year is that we're surrounded by so many distractions. Social media, you know, technology. Social media is so addicting. Technology is so addicting, and it just distracts you from what you're actually supposed to be doing. I feel like we all don't really realize that it's distractions because we're all caught up in it. Even I'm caught up in it. I know it's a distraction, but it's still hard to not distract myself with it. It is okay to change your mindset about certain topics. As we get older, our minds change. We mature a lot. Some people mature. Everybody changes, everybody grows, nobody stays the same. So I feel like it's completely okay to change your mind. Mental health over everything. Take a break when it's needed, and don't work yourself too hard. This is something that I had to teach myself. People always say that you should have this grind mindset. They should be grinding every second, no sleep. I don't eat, I don't sleep, I don't drink water. I just grind so I can achieve my goals. That's what people be saying, which is okay if you want to do that, but at the same time, you gotta make sure your mental health is okay so that you can be doing your best in whatever you're working on. You also have to make sure your physical health is okay. You know, make sure you get sleep, make sure you're drinking water, make sure you're eating, make sure you're reading. Just make sure you also doing whatever you love while you're trying to work on something, and don't let the grind mindset take over and be like, this is the only thing I need to work on because I'm trying to achieve this goal. Just remember that if you stay consistent and if you believe that you can actually achieve it, then you will achieve it. Never overwork yourself. Be easy on yourself. Just try your best, and as long as you're doing your best, that's all that matters. So the last thing that I have on this list is a quote from a poem, but it says, I'm the master of my fate, I'm the captain of my soul, which basically means that I'm in charge of my life, or, you know, you are in charge of my life. I'm in charge of my life and my own future. You are in charge of your life and your own future. It's just a reminder that life is coming from us, not at us. Just remember that it's your life and you are in control of what will happen in the future based on what you do right now. I really hope that I could help y'all out. I hope that I could just, share something with y'all. If you want me to do none of these next year, like 17 things that I've learned this year, I will definitely do it. I actually got this idea from Ava Jewel. She does one every year. It would be cool if I could start doing these because I really love them. But since you made it to the last few seconds of this video, you might as well subscribe and tune in some more videos. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!